I'm Jason Jorgensen, and it's once again time for the Loper Football Show. We're joined by head coach Ryan Held. Loper's now 3-3 on the season after losing to highly nationally ranked Pittsburg State on Saturday. Ryan, thanks for the time. I know everyone pretty bummed on Saturday with how that went. Had a couple days, went back, watched the video. But what's your thoughts on that performance now? Has it changed any?
Well, the obvious was we did not play very well offensively in any form or fashion except for the one drive. I felt the whole game we were just fighting upstream like a salmon fish spawning. I mean, that's what I felt like. And it was defensively, we played well enough. Special teams, there was a lot of good. Marty did a really nice job. We had a couple returns that we lost a little bit of field position. Kickoff return, we tried a couple and, lost 10 yards of field position on that. So, we just did not play well offensively. When we handed the ball off to the running back, when you go back and just, take the sacks and those out, intentional groundings, obviously our rushing stats were not very good. But when you handed it to the running back, there actually was some pretty good runs in there. We just couldn't get out of our own way. We always were, in a long yardage situation, whether it was a penalty or we dropped a snap or, whatever it was, got a, unnecessary penalty here or there. And it just wasn't good enough. The one thing that's still amazing is, we were even in the turnover battle, and that's the thing that's kept us in these games. But we played the number one defense in the league and scored 10 points, and obviously it wasn't good enough. Defense played well enough, but we're a team. We got to find a way to keep getting better as a football team.
About your offensive line, they struggled with protection on Saturday against Pittsburg State. Where do you hope to see them be better this week?
Well, we lost to Kearney. He's out for a while. And then, we had some guys coming back that were trying to get back into flow. And then, Reagan was coming off the injury and, he wasn't 100%. So just feeling, probably a little bit uncomfortable. They did a lot of twisting, a lot of movement, and, just trusting in all that. And, they didn't do anything where we couldn't pick up from a schematic standpoint. I mean, it wasn't a scheme-based deal. It just, they're good. They give up 17 points a game. It's not like we didn't go against a good defense, but we did struggle for sure, and it showed.
How about your defense? Seemed like all game long I was calling Anthony Hebert's name. He had 8 tackles. Parker Weiss had 9, and Anthony's been a real asset to you playing the last couple of games.
Yeah, we were obviously hoping to get him eligible, and he was able to get it done. And we knew in fall camp he was a good player. He loves football, and so that's something that. Again, as we continue to recruit and build our program, we got to get guys that love football. He's very passionate. He's very emotional in a good way. And so he definitely gives us a really nice weapon at the nickel position. And then, Parker had to play a lot, because Devin Guggia was out, hurt his finger at practice, a weird fluke deal. We've had some finger deals. It's been like, in all the years I've coached, I've never seen these weird things that fluke deals happen. And but you look at it, Jason, we're 3-3. We've lost to the best team in the league, the second, basically the third best, 2A, however you look at it, with Pittsburg State. We lost by 1 to UCM. That was preseason ranked number 2. So those are our 3 losses, and we've been in every one of those games. But we are what we are. We're 500, coming in the year. What would people think? Would we be 500? Would we be 4-2, 6-0? I don't know. I think we're probably better defensively than we thought we'd be, and have not, held our end of the bargain at times offensively, which has put us, at 500 right now.
Also, when you break down the stats, it's amazing that the defense has played as well as they have. Unfortunately, they've seen many, many more snaps than the opposition has.
Yeah, I mean, and that's. If you just take it 10 plays the other way, it changes everything. but we were 1 of 11 on third down. I mean, it's just abysmal. And you just can't – I can't even believe, Jason, we were even in the game, to be honest with you, with those type of stats. But that shows how good we are if we can just get it right and fix some things. And, offensively, we got to keep – we're just going to keep it simple so our guys know what to do. Last week, I don't think we had a great week of practice offensively. And so I think it comes on us as coaches to make it more simple so our guys can execute at a high level. Because again, the one drive where we just went and did what we do, we went right down the field. But obviously that was the only one.
All right. How about this week? You travel to Missouri Western. They are 2-4, and they have got to be feeling good about themselves. You could say they played their best game of the year when they went on the road and beat Central Missouri behind a new quarterback.
Yeah, the quarterback I was impressed with. He's can run and throw. He's a good player. But you look at that game, Jason, Central Missouri turned it over 4 times, and that's the game. And then I think they went for it on 4th down, maybe, along the way, which ends up being another turnover instead of punting it, and gave them good field position. So the quarterback came in, did a really nice job. And, defensively, they get a lot of tackles for loss. They fly around. They play with emotion. And so, they found their quarterback, but again, you turn the ball over in this league. I don't care how good you are, you're not going to win. But you gotta give them credit. They lost to Pitt, worse than we did. And they went down on the road and beat Central Missouri. So they're going to be fired up, get a home game, but like I've told the guys, we got to flush it, move on, because again, you feel sorry for yourself. 1 loss becomes 2.
How about their defense? You mentioned their ability to get tackles for loss. Is this a bunch that's going to take some chances and maybe give you some opportunities to hit them big?
Yeah, I mean, they're an odd front, they're an even front, so they mix it up. Their D line plays really hard. They do a good job of getting to the edge, using their hands. They slant really well. Their linebackers, they got 2 good guys in the middle that are older kids that fly around, and their secondary plays the ball well. They did a good job at times against UCM. So that's been I talked to a coach earlier in the year that played him and said they're good defensively. But they do have 4 losses, but they're going to feel good about themselves. And, we'll be able to go down there and, compete with them. And, they beat us last year on a last second field goal. So, we got to have a good week of practice and really take care of business and hone in on ourselves, stick together as a team. And, I think everybody's excited. Jason, we're a team that we don't miss weights. We don't miss meetings. We're, knock on wood, we're out in the community. So we're a 3-3 football team that's lost to 3, basically 3 really good football teams. Now we get to play another game in the MIAA, and we got to go out and we got to be able to go on the road and win an MIAA football game.
All right, Ryan, we appreciate the time. We look forward to the trip to St. Joe.
St. Joe, Missouri, baby.
All right, that's Loper head coach Ryan Held joining us on the Loper Football Show for this week. Once again, kickoff on Saturday is set for 2, and we will bring it to you on 93.1 The River and 106.9 in Kearney, and on the River app and the Loper Athletic app. I'm Jason Jorgensen.